Hi guys, and welcome to CONSIDERINGDVC.COM. You've made it here, and that means you've decided to take a look at my journey to and finally arriving at DVC. So let's get started. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, how I got started, how DVC ever came up in my mind. And yeah, I'm happy to share this with you. I have a little bit of a different experience than most people, and I hope that it'll be a learning opportunity for you. So here we go. So we're gonna take this back to 2014. I know, such a long time ago, and so it's 2014, and I am planning my Disney vacation. At this point, the only thing that was booked was flights. And I do that when I'm planning a vacation because when I book the flight, that means I have no choice to commit. Not that I have a problem committing to Disney, but I do that for any vacation. I just book some flights to London and out of Paris because now that'll make me go on the vacation that I was a little bit weary to take. But yeah, anyway, so at this point, we only have flights, and now I am trying to figure out where me and my family are going to stay. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. And I start doing some research, and I start, of course, with the Disney website. Just to give you a little bit of background, I'm from a middle class family, like mostly everyone is, and I went to Disney. At that point, I had been to Disney over a dozen times, but I had never stayed on site. And it's most likely because my family couldn't or thought they couldn't afford to do so. They clearly didn't have my Disney World on a budget ebook, um, but that's another story. If you need information on that, I'll link to it at the bottom of this video. But they didn't have that ebook, so I never stayed on site. So I was going to stay on site this time. I didn't care. I had been to Disney on my own before, obviously, but I stayed off site. I don't know why, but I stayed off site. So doing some research, start at Disney website. I'm looking at Art of Animation. I'm looking at Port Orleans Riverside. They had a good deal on that resort at that time. It's a moderate resort. And I was even looking at Best Western Lake Buena Vista, which is one of the seven Disney Springs resorts. So yeah, I'm looking at a couple of different things, and somehow I stumble upon mouseowners.com, which, yeah, that's where it all started. Mouse Owners is actually like your number one Disney Vacation Club community website forum. And I am super active on it now as a member, but I kind of stumbled upon it as a non-member back in 2014. So that's what happened to me, and that's how my journey started. So I was looking around. I did a lot of research. I mean, it was days, maybe weeks of research. It was intense, and there went Art of Animation. Over there went Port Orleans Riverside. We had left Best Western Lake Buena Vista a long time ago, and sooner or later I ended up booking 6 nights, 7 days at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village. In a studio. I did it with an individual who rented me her points, and it was great. It took me a lot of time of research because there was not a website like this. I have an entire article on renting points, and all I needed was that one article, but it didn't exist. So I had to pull that information from a lot of different places. So it was not easy, but it was well worth it. Um, yeah, so I spent 6 nights there. Beautiful resort. I have a review on that on my other website, planningthemagic.net. But anyway, so it was great. While I was there, I booked a tour, an official tour for the Disney Vacation Club. You can book those tours at any Disney Vacation Club kiosk, and those can be found anywhere. There's 2 or 3 in Disney Springs. One's across from Ghirardelli's, which is right next to World of Disney. One's across from the Carousel. Um, so I'm pretty sure there's another one. I'm just not placing it in my head right now. So there's a few. and there's one next to Columbia Harbor House, which is next to Haunted Mansion in Magic Kingdom. There's a lot. There's one in Animal Kingdom, I believe in Africa. Nope, it's actually Asia. It's actually Asia. So there's one in Asia in Animal Kingdom. I know that for sure. I'm just not sure if there's other ones within the park. But anyway, I scheduled official tour for the next day during my vacation. It can be the next day. That's most people are on vacation and have a limited amount of time, so that's usually how it is. And those take place at Saratoga, and it was great. Like it was a great experience. They have rooms set up so you can see and you can see what it's like. They only have um, certain rooms set up, and that's because they only have certain availability. And I'll walk you through like buying through Disney and buying resale. Don't stress out now, just go in order and you'll be fine. But yeah, so you get to walk through them. They have a lot of information. I had an amazing cast member, and I walked away from that buying 100 points at Grand Floridian. Yes, I did that. This guy did that. And yeah, so that's what happened. It was a good experience. So I ended up coming home and realizing that was a mistake, and that was okay. I had 7 days to void my contract, and that's exactly what I did. I had to write up a letter, sign it, and email it to Disney Vacation Club, to member administration, and they canceled my contract. And then I later bought 100 points at Old Key West through the timeshare store. Great experience. I'm going to talk about both of my experiences later on. So yeah, it was a great experience, and I don't regret it. When I bought into DVC, and this is just a quick glimpse of what's to come, there's two approaches that you can take. You can buy what the best deal is, and you can buy where you want to stay. So where you want to stay is a little bit more complicated, but the best deal is basically purchasing something to get the most bang for your buck. And that's what I wanted to do. I mean, my vacation habits are fluid, and like I said, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so that's my story. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to visit the contact form, but definitely follow through the website on track. I don't want you to get confused, and there's a ton of information. Thanks so much again, and have a good day. Thanks.